Greetings, New Birth family. My wife and I wanted to come before you, and I know some of you have been waiting to see about this pop-up message that has come about. And so we got a special treat for you today. And so as you're eating your turkey and your dressing and with your Salisbury, cranberry sauce with it, and all of the other things that you're going to have with it, even that sweet potato pie. I know I'm making someone's hungry right now, but because I'm making myself hungry thinking about it. But I just wanted to come before you to just say, we want to say thanks to the New Birth family. Understand Thanksgiving, as you look at it from a biblical standpoint, it's looking at how we respond to goodness and the mercy of God and being grateful, which is showing our expression on how we appreciate God. And what we have to understand is when we do that, it causes the presence of God to come in our life, and he began to commune with us. So it is grateful to be thankful to others, but thankful to God for what he's done in our life. So I just greet you and just thank you so much for being part of the family, the New Birth family, and those that are far and near. We thank you, and most of all, we thank God for what he's doing right here in New Birth. I won't continue to talk. I'll let my wife say something, and then we have a very special guest for you on this pop-up message. Amen.
Amen. Again, we want to just greet you this morning, afternoon, whenever you turn this notification on, whenever it pops up, or whatever time of day that it comes on. But from our family to yours, have a happy Thanksgiving, and here's the message for today.
Hello, family. Let's take a moment and reflect back. I'm sure we all can relate to feeling like one day we all woke up and the world was a place that we didn't recognize. Now, at first glance, there wasn't anything unusual about it. It was a typical day. We woke up tired from our busy schedules from the day before, ready to do it all over again. We woke up in our homes, the ones that we don't always like to clean, or maybe we complain that it's too small. We woke up with our loved ones that, sometimes they don't seem very lovable. Everything was still considered normal, we remember. And all we could think about was, man, I've got so much to do today. Then we realized things were different. And it didn't exactly happen overnight. It was still seeming like it was a blink of an eye. Everything had changed. We were in the middle of a pandemic. We were in a time of uncertainty and panic. And many of us that are used to being in control, all of a sudden, we had no control over anything. We felt so unprepared for this. We needed more time to brace ourselves for what was coming. Now, a shift was coming towards us full speed. And all we could think about were all the times that we felt like time was moving too slow. We were on a lockdown for days, months. And Americans, we're so used to being free and doing whatever we want, whenever we want. So this threw us off. It threw our rhythm off. Our routines were no longer applicable. And we had to adjust, and we had to do it quickly. We were really told to stay home and wait and do nothing. And all we could think about were all the times we canceled plans to go out, to sit at home and do nothing. We still got up and we made our coffee, that one cup that we made while we braced ourselves to get ready to go to that job we didn't like to wake up early for. Only this time we were told we had to work from our living rooms. We got up and fixed our makeup and we combed our hair to get ready to go and visit our friends and family. Only this time they told us we couldn't come near one another. We couldn't even go to the store and find toilet paper And all we could think about was that one time we used too much toilet paper. It was weird. It was so weird. And we weren't sure if we could shake hands. We weren't sure if we could hug one another. We couldn't even see each other's faces. And all we could think about was our friend's radiant smile that we couldn't see. I mean, there was no dining in at restaurants. We couldn't drink from water fountains. We couldn't even try on the clothes before we bought them. There were no concerts. There were no parties. Nothing. Just about everything was off limits. And all we could think about was, what if life would never go back to the way it was? Simple, everyday activities were seen as exactly what they were all along, a privilege. The things that we didn't need permission to do, the things that we always had access to, our freedom. We have more time to think about how good we've had it all along. And all we can think about was how next time we do it differently. Though our world looked different, the change helped us to see the beauty that we didn't see before. Even the slightest change in the weather made us appreciate the outdoors just a little more. Getting a phone call from a friend or a family member just to check in made us anticipate it just a little bit more. And if we hated our jobs before, if we were fortunate enough to work from home, it made us appreciate our jobs just a little bit more. Our busy schedules started to open up and leave room for us to finally get some rest. Parents were able to spend more time with their children. Husbands and wives spent more time together. Families were able to reconnect and strengthen relationships that were possibly on the verge of breaking. And amid a global change, we changed. Because we were all once again reminded that tomorrow is never guaranteed for us. So when we lose access to what we take for granted, it opens our eyes to how blessed we were all along. And when we realize what we've taken for granted, it's a great opportunity to check our ungratefulness at the door. Thanksgiving is a day when we normally reflect on our state of gratitude. But after everything we've been through, may it be something we reflect upon on a daily basis. Why? Because no matter the magnitude of the change that we go through in the world and in our lives, God never, ever changes. And He's always good. And if you're still here, even though we've lost loved ones, it's because He kept you here. So today, I encourage you to give thanks to Him because He is good. Don't let today be just another holiday. I encourage all of you to view it differently. View it from an improved lens. And as we sit around the table with our loved ones and our friends, remember that we're sharing life's simple pleasures, laughter, encouragement, conversations, smiles, connections. We once more weave together the fabrics of our being. We take a closer look at the things, the people, the moments that matter the most. All the quarrels, they no longer matter. All the strife and offense between us, we're more compelled to squash them now. Because we know now more than ever that relationships are to be cherished. We know now more than ever that time doesn't slow down or wait for anyone. We've all been reminded just how precious and valuable life truly is. And that the most valuable things in this life don't necessarily come with a price tag. I don't know how far this message will reach today, but I hope that it reaches the entire world. I hope it reaches across to every city, every state, every nation, because now we all have something in common. We're all just a little more thankful, not just today, but every day. Happy Thanksgiving.